All right, let's start this up. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. My name's Rodrigo. This is my sidekick Smokey, and we're playing Pokemon Shield, and we are trying to beat the game using only poison types. This is a pretty relaxed version of the game. We're not doing a Nuzlocke. We're not doing anything hardcore. We're just kind of going through, picking out the Pokemon that we want to play with and having good times. Horseborn Mind says Rodrigo looking good, just chowing down a Pikachu there. Yeah, I found that Cramorant graphic and it was too good to resist. Let's see like where it is. Yeah, this guy. St. JW says, "Hey Rodrigo, hey Smokey, yeah, hey St. JW, nice to see you. Glad you guys could make it. Um, I think the person we're going up against now is Melanie. So we're gonna see some ice types and a lot of like ice water types. So Lil Veggies is probably a liability this time around. We'll bring Peppers, and let's swap out Rude as well. Because that way, that gives us a fighting type. And then we have Peppers in our back pocket to Hey, Horsepawn Mine, thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate it. We're making the dream happen together. Yeah. All right. Is the quote robot not working? Let me just double check. So the other day, yeah, I don't know, Lagnus. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so that's working. Yeah, that's weird. Let me see if like the Streamlabs website has anything to say about that. Because it's weird that the quote keeps not showing up. Okay, none of that is useful. Okay, I'm gonna reset Cloudbot. Everybody hang on. You guys feel it? All right. Let's give it a minute and see if that works. If not, I'll have to like get into this and see if somehow like Lagnus accidentally like timed himself out or something. Okay. Back to Pokemans. This should be good. Yeah. Yeah, this should be good. Oh, actually, let me see if I want to change any of the held items. What is this? Bright powder that increases evasion, right? It casts a tricky layer that lowers the opposing Pokemon's accuracy. So, yeah, basically, makes you harder to hit. I might just... Actually, what I might do is... look to see if we have, like, a berry that can get around being frozen, because it sucks. Getting frozen sucks. Also, I hope that I'm right and we are facing Melanie, because otherwise I'm going to feel real stupid. La 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 berries. Confusion. Cause confusion. Oh, hang on. Let me sort them. There we go. Paralysis, sleep, poisoning, burn, frozen. There we go. That'll be good. Maybe Ribitina can carry us all the way through. We'll see. Lagna says there's a big cipher bundle on Bundle of Holding for anyone who got sold on Numenera. That's cool. I might check that out. Like, I don't... Like, the cipher system is weird, but I don't hate it. Like, I think it has lots of potential. Like, it just... Like... Again, like I said, I think we were looking at an earlier version of it that was, like, very D&D-ish. I think this, nowadays, the cipher system has kind of, like, broken out past that. So that's good. All right, here we go. It's the finals. Well, you know what I mean. It's like, we're still in the bracket, but it's like the end of things. Ladies and gentlemen, we're already at the second match of the finals because they're not counting Bede running in with a steel chair. Oh, I need to move a little bit. Hoip. There we go. We're already at the second match of the finals. One of the four remaining challengers, of the four remaining challengers, which two will be left for the last match? If you're just tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, we witnessed quite the surprise during the finals here at this year's Champion Cup as the former gym challenger Bede stormed the stage. But Petunia was having none of it. Exactly zero of it. This year's top challenger made quick work of him before washing away gym leader Nessa. And now of course. Wait. I guess we're going against Alistair. I don't know why I thought it was Melanie. Well, now I feel dumb. Good. I'm glad that all my preparation to go against being frozen was will pay off. Especially leading with a Pokemon that can't hit ghost types. That's extra smart. You were the strongest gym challenger I had. So I reckon we should battle. Oh, little Alistair. Yeah, I don't know why I thought the bracket said Melanie. Oh boy. Does Ribitina have any sort of... Oh, she has Sucker Punch, I think. Pressure means that, like, my moves are more expensive, right? Sucker Punch! Okay. That's not bad. Lagna says, okay, so the bad plan is the smart plan. As a Pokemon dimwit, I'm taking notes as Rodrigo knows this stuff. Take the wrong Pokemon in, it will pay off. Well, here's the actual lesson in this. First off, check the actual brackets. instead of just remembering them from 2 weeks ago, or trying to remember them. And two, the actual lesson here is make sure your Pokemon have broad coverage, right? And what do I mean by that? You'll notice that this Pokemon is a poison fighting type. So I have one poison move, one fighting move, a steel move, and a dark type move. And yeah, apparently it does spend like 2 PP whenever I use it against this guy. So the reason why this Pokemon is actually not bad in this fight is because I have coverage, right? So I can actually try to take out this Dusknoir without losing time, basically without losing a turn to that switch out. There we go. 2-hit KO, not bad. And now it's going to give us the option of swapping out for free. So we can do that. Horsepawn Mind says, you're a streamer, just take your mistakes and call them content. Woo, content! Yeah, so, I mean, that's what I'm doing here, right? It's like, okay, well, let's, I know that some people watch this who are not very familiar with Pokemon, so here's a teachable moment. Sometimes you're going to make mistakes, so make sure that you're prepared for that. Make sure that your Pokemon have broad coverage. St. JW says, want to know Rodrigo's secret? He's always angry. That's also true. Every day before stream, I take out the little, like, Switch card for this game, and I just yell at it. I'm like, stupid card! You better get out! Ah! And that's how I am so good at Pokemon. Oh, the cat wants out. Hang on. I don't know if that looks good or not, but like obviously people aren't coming here for my looks, so all right, let's keep rolling. Chandelure. Yeah, let's switch Pokemon. Let's throw out a water, or a guy that shoots water. Technically, Sargassum is not a water type anymore. Yeah, so Ghost, pretty sure Ghost resists poison, but there's no other interaction, like Ghosts aren't super effective against poison types. Although, Ghosts very often have Psychic type attacks, so that could be a problem. Let's hit it with a Hydro Pump. Should I double team first? I just hit it with a Hydro Pump. Oof, that's not great. Although again, burn only hinders attack, right? So I should be okay if I'm using special attacks. Oh, unless I miss with my Hydro Pump. Okay, Shadow Ball. I'm sure we can take that. Oh, my special defense. How dare you? There we go. Yeah. Gym leader Alistair is about to send out Poltegeist. I guess I could just keep this. Let's keep this until he brings out, I think, his Gengar, which he'll Gigantamax. then we might Gigantamax or Dynamax something else. Let's hit it with a Dragon Pulse. How many do they have left? 3? I'm gonna double team first. Ha! Alright. Let's Dragon Pulse. Well, that increased evasiveness doesn't seem to be doing much. Alright, I'm gonna swap out. I kind of wanted to keep this going, but with the cumulative lowerings of special defense, it actually makes this really bad. This is a little bit better because Violet, or Dr. Violet's well, that's okay, because I was going to use Sucker Punch, so there you go. Yeah, Dr. Violet's type advantage makes this less bad. A slap. Alright, somebody try doing a quote again, see if it's working. Actually, Lagnus try doing a quote again, see if it works. Cursola. Cursola is just a ghost type, right? I don't think it's not also a water type, right? It's just a ghost type. I don't remember. Let's Sucker Punch it. Let's try Night Slash. Bam! Yeah. What is up? Okay, somebody else try the quote and see if it works for you. Horseman Man says, Cursola might be one of the saddest Pokemon designs out there. Yeah. Obviously, every Pokemon generation has some Pokemon that are like weirdly really sad or really like upsetting. I think this generation, it's like Gen 8, right? Galar, you know, the Sword and Shield generation, has like a surprising amount. First off, Cursola, right? Like a Pokemon based, like Corsola, a Pokemon based on Coral. Like in this version, the like Galar version of it is a Pokemon based on how Coral is dying, and like bleached Coral, right? And then of course, what I find the most upsetting about this generation is the fossils, right? It's like, I get that they're making a joke. They're like, oh, ha ha ha, remember when like British archaeologists put the head on the wrong side of the on the like marine reptile? And it's like, yeah, but it's like, if you look at like when you look at Arctozolt or whatever, it's like it's suffering. It's like so cold, and it's like smiling, but I think that's just the way his face is shaped. Like I think it's having some problems. Horseman Mine says, oh, okay, so Horseman Mine was able to do the quote. Lagnus, I wonder if it's like an ASCII issue. I wonder if it's like not reading your exclamation mark as an exclamation mark. Like, it might have something to do with your keyboard. That's the only thing I can think of, because it lets everybody else do it. Yeah, that's just really... Is it a subscriber-only comment? It shouldn't be. Let me check. I'm just gonna check right now. I should probably check this like in between sessions, but I'm just gonna check this right now real quick. In the middle of the finals. Cloudbot. Quotes. Commands. Follow age. Twitter. Oh, these are all like custom commands. How do I get to like... Oh, here we go. Default. Quotes. I have it as... Oh, yeah. I have it as subscriber, moderator, or streamer. That's what it is. That's what it is. Here, let me turn that off so that anybody can do that. Oh, no. I don't turn it off. I add permissions. Okay. I have added regulars. That's what it was. Okay, I've added regulars. So I don't know if let me see real quick if there's like a okay, there's a user cooldown of 10 seconds. So there you go. There you go. All right. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I think, yeah, I had it set up that way because I didn't want, like, just anybody to be able to add a quote. But the quote command is different. And actually... Nope, I actually had add quote set up to everyone, but the quote command only for certain people, so... Sorry about that. Okay. But I'm glad we took care of that, because I don't want you guys to not have access to all the hilarious commands of this stream. Lagnus says woo unlimited power. I mean, it's definitely a start, right? The fact that you can now every 10 seconds do a quote is definitely some power that you have regained. Gym leader Alistair is about to send out Gengar. You switch Pokemon? Yeah, we'll keep the current Pokemon. My very last Pokemon. How lonely. How frightening. It's Gengar. G-Max Gengar. One of the better Giganta Max forms. But it's still gonna eat a whole Max Darkness to the face. Giant skunk. Giant skunk says don't do drugs, or at least do them in some sort of supervised environment where you'll be safe. Gengar, Gigantamax, swallow everything in darkness. Alistair's so cute. Blah, 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 blah. G-Max Gengar. I see it. Get out of here. It's really fortuitous that I just happened to bring Dr. Violet. Like, I could have swapped her out, potentially, because I needed, you know, something else. Because I thought I was going up against an Ice-type trainer. So, haha, good thing this worked out. Yay! Woo! Maybe my mask kept me from seeing just how strong you really are. No, don't take off your mask, Alistair. I like your Shy Guy look. Challenger Petunia has done it again. What a performance! She sails right through. Crumbs. That was ace. Give it your best out there. I'm mad about strong trainers. Oh, he's mad like positively, like he's jazzed about strong trainers. Our seemingly unstoppable challenger is headed for the final round, but who will she meet there? Will it be I pass on Dynamaxing Piers or the Dragon Lord himself, Rayon? So like, so I wish. I'm pretty sure we don't get to see any of that, right? It's like if the bracket always goes this way, is like here would be a good time for like an animated fight, right? For like a cutscene where we see Piers beat Rayhan. That would just be something that they could have thrown in here, right? The next match will decide, so don't go far from your screens. Oh, yeah, I just assumed. Yeah, I guess I didn't see. Or maybe I did. Like, yeah, it's Alistair versus Melanie, so I just assumed that Melanie had won for some reason. I'll have to go back and look at the tape as to why I thought that, but yeah. Oh, these are the results for the second round, right? So it looks like I'm going up against Rayhan, right? Okay. Whoa, Rayhan gloriously defeated Piers. It's like off stage. It's like enter announcer hark ye. Rayhan hath defeated Piers. Exeunt. Let's see. Horsepoint Mind says, what'd you get? Oh, it's super effective. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh no, that's what Lagnus got. Horsepoint Mind says, I finally got it to spit out something other than the torturing dogs one. Yeah. Uh, let's see. Duraludon represents the raw power of infrastructure. That was a good one for Harvestry. Skippy says, "Yeah, baby, get that Ghost Boy. Yeah, that cute little Ghost Boy didn't have a chance against Dr. Violet." Skippy also says, "Use clean needles." Yes, Dr. Violet is modern, right? She understands that sometimes people are gonna do drugs, but yeah, she wants you to do. If you're gonna inject something, use clean needles. If you're going to uh, do anything at all that like alters your state, do it in a safe place around safe people. Let's see. Horsepawn Mind says Mega and Gmax Gengar are both so great. Yeah, Gengar gets a lot of cool designs. That's just the like the glory of being a Gen 1 Pokemon is that you're gonna get stuff right at some point. Some YouTuber made a big deal about Paris and Parasect being like the most forgotten Gen 1 Pokemon, and sure enough, they are this like incredibly aggressive little guy in Legends Arceus, so they became its own meme. Let's see. Senjiro says that's a wild energy, yeah. Uh, Skippy says if there was just a bit more time in the oven, we could have gotten a good cutscene. Yeah. No, I agree. Like if this game had come out a year later, there's lots of cool stuff and lots of good gameplay that they could have added. And suddenly Guildenstern is in the bracket. Yeah, definitely, just completely killed off screen. Horsepoint Mind says, "What's the most Shakespearean Pokemon?" That's a good question. Um, what would be the most? What is the most Shakespearean Pokemon? I'm thinking. Well, so you have Cubone, right? Like Cubone is kind of weirdly doing the alas poor Yorick. Yeah, it's like Cubone is actually very Hamlet because it's like his. I mean, it's not his dad that died, but it's like his mom dies and he has a skull. Yeah, Cubone is just Hamlet, right? Yeah, I think so. Cubone has to be the most Shakespearean Pokemon on account of just being the little Hamlet Pokemon. They should just change that in the Pokedex, where it's like Cubone, the Hamlet Pokemon. To be or not to be? That is Cubone's question. Alas, poor Yorick, she was my mom. Yep, that's pretty much what he's doing. That's a good one. Um, Skippy says Cubone could be the next Alexander Skarsgård. Sure, why not? I mean, Detective Pikachu played Deadpool, so why not, right? All right, let's keep going here. Says you shouldn't be forcing your way in here. Marnie says, sorry, Petunia. I thought my bro could get revenge for me, but he lost to Rayhan. You look so sloppy out out there that people are gonna think we're both weak, because we're related. Pierce says, you got it wrong, sis. Rayhan's just that strong. But I was able to show everyone in the audience how amazing a proper battle without using Dynamax can be. Like, does Rayhan seem like the type to not use Dynamax? Because I'm guessing that Rayhan did use Dynamax.
It's true.
It is true. Hey, Zemzy. Welcome. And thank you so much for the sub. You've subscribed for 10 months. That's amazing, and I really appreciate that. Again, it really makes a difference when you guys, obviously, like, mostly I want you guys here looking at stuff and having fun and everything, but it helps a lot when you guys chip in monetarily. Someday, we'd hope to be able to do stuff like this full time, so every little bit helps. I appreciate it. Zemsy says Mega Evolutions are cooler. I think that it's a case-by-case basis. If you're saying Mega Evolutions are cooler than Dynamax, I think it's definitely a case-by-case basis. Like I look at, like, Mega Salamence, and I'm like, you know? It's like it might be an improvement on Salamence's design, but, you know, whatever. It's like Dynamax or Gigantamax versions have some good ones and some stinkers. I like the only time I've ever liked Garbodor is as a G-Max Pokemon, because he's got like all this like he's got like airplanes and like ships stuck to him. You know, like a giant trash kaiju would. Although they all look like toys, so I don't know. It's kind of weird there. Skippy says, you need like a gentleman's agreement to face Pierce, otherwise you just look like a jerk. Yeah, or maybe that's part of like Pierce's mind game, right? It's like, he's like, by the way, I'm not going to Dynamax. And either you're like, okay, well, I'm going to Dynamax anyway, and then people will hate you. Or you're like, okay, well, I guess I won't Dynamax either, but chances are, if you're playing in the Galar Major Leagues, you've built your team around Dynamaxing. So yeah, maybe this is just Pierce's mind games, because there's no reason for him not to Dynamax if he's at a Dynamax spot. There's just... Wait a minute. Is that true? Is there no Dark-type G-Max form? Now I have to look it up. This is why we move so slowly through this story. List of Gigantamax Pokemon. Okay. List of every Gigantamax Pokemon. Snorlax, Charizard, Pikachu, Eevee, Butterfree, Meowth, Corviknight, Alcremie, Dreadnought, Machamp, Gengar, Toxtricity, Melmetal, Colossal, Sandaconda, Centiskorch. Oh, Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl's a dark type, but they gave... No, they could have given Pierce a Grimmsnarl. I thought like, oh, maybe Pierce doesn't have a Dynamax thing because they're like, oh, we like didn't make any dark type Dynamax Pokemon, but Grimmsnarl's a dark type. And like you still have Hatterene and Alcremie to give both Bead and Opal a distinct G-Max Pokemon, right? Kingler, Lapras, Inteleon, Cinderace, Rillaboom, Artichoke, Venus, but that's like the only one. Like some types, like Fairy, get like 3 of them. Like Poison actually has like a surprising amount of G-Max Pokemon, right? Especially ones they added like Blastoise. Or not Blastoise, but Venusaur. Yeah, it's like Venusaur, Garbodor, who else? I thought there was one other one. Toxtricity, yeah. Creamy, Corviknight, Meowth, Butterfree. Is Butterfree poison? No, it's flying. It's bug and flying, right? Yeah, so yeah, it's like, weirdly, there's actually lots of G-Max poison type Pokemon, and I have 0 of them in my party. Okay, I have one. No, that's not true. I have 1 of them in my party. Okay, let's go back to the game. Where's the game? Here we go. Where's my game window? Here we go. Zemsy says, well, Dynamax Gengar is pretty cool. Yeah, I think there's some Mega Evolutions that are just like blah. And there's some Dynamax or some Gigantamax stuff that's like blah, but there's some good ones on both sides. Again, I hate Cinderace, but I love Cinderace as Mega Evolution. Or not Mega Evolution, but Gigantamax form. I think it's like super cool, and I wish it had happened to a better Pokemon. Skippy says the scavenger hunt to get all the Mega Stones got a bit annoying. Yeah, no, I get that. Lagnus says, someday I hope I'm getting paid to be part of Rodrigo's entourage. I do important stuff to make sure nobody is playing with weighted dice at the RPG table. Well, you know, it's like eventually we might grow to the point where we need moderators. And like, I would prefer to compensate people for being moderators, but I know that a lot of people like being moderators and do it basically for free for the community. So that's something to think about, but something to think about later. Like, the channel is very small right now, so we don't need to really worry about having moderators. Skippy says G-Max Grimmsnarl. Yep, right away. The Skippy had it immediately. I like how I went to all that stuff. I could have just asked the chat. Lagnus says, you're playing a Bard. Rodrigo doesn't like Bards. You're playing a poison Pokemon now. Yep. College of Poisonins. I don't know. Horse One Mind says tier list time. I'll think about it. That might be something to do. A tier list for both G-Max Pokemon and Mega Evolutions. Skippy says 2 new Slowpoke Evos and neither got a G-Max. Yeah, that's true. But again, that might be because when you look at Poison, Poison got 3 Pokemon, right? So maybe they're like, we don't want 2 more, like an additional 2 G-Max Poison types. It's really weird how like Poison is just kind of feast or famine. You know, it's like either you get a ton of stuff or you get like nothing. Okay. Marnie says, all right, I get it, but that's exactly why I wanted you to win. I still thought it was a brilliant battle, though. Aww. Marnie says, I'm counting on you to win, Petunia. Got that? I'll be cheering for you. Sorry to come in for a chin wag just before the final match. Rayon's waiting for you on the pitch. We're looking forward to a right good battle. Okay, so Rayhan cheats in that he's the Dragon-type trainer. But he doesn't use exclusively Dragon types. Unlike Petunia, who is completely... Actually... Like, Rayhan's gonna open with a rock type guy whose name I can't think. He's like the evolution of Roggenrola, but I can't remember what it's called. Um, so let's bring Ribitina, because Ribitina should be able to punch through that. And who else? I think this will be good. Oh, well, yeah, obviously I always have, as always, my fairy type that doesn't know any fairy moves. If I need to tank the, oh, I guess, yeah, I should think about the fact that this is going to be a doubles battle. Yeah, let go of that berry, Ribitina. We don't actually need it. I feel so smart. Wish I had just given her the black sludge like I was planning on it. Okay. We'll try that. Hopefully, I'm able to get in like one solid dragon type attack into Rayhan's team before he does the same to me. I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna switch out Peppers because I think that it's just not going to be able to do much against dragon types. Although dragon types aren't weak to poison, so literally anyone is good here. Let's bring in another physical attacker. We'll try that. Yep. Let's try that. That's a team. Let's see. Horsepoint Man says it could be fun to do a single tier list for Megas and Gmax and see how they compare. That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I should write myself a note. Note to self when you're editing. Do that thing that Horsepawn Mind suggested. Okay. Lagna says, I always think you're talking about some energy soda when you say Gmax. I mean, it does sound like that Gatorade stuff. Skippy says, just like every dragon leader, a cheap jerk, stupid Lance, and Claire. Yeah. Yeah, dragon leaders cheat. And they don't have to. Like, dragon type used to be the strongest type. And now is like the, well, I would say it's probably the third strongest type. Because I feel like Steel and Fairy really usurped it. But dragon type is still really strong. Zemzi says I can only remember the final Evo. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. Oh, it's Gigalith. Gigalith is what it's called. Lagna says, I used to mod for a YouTuber. When he streamed, he would have 2,000 to 5,000 viewers. Not two numbers, but still. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's something that we can talk about at some point. Skippy says, don't forget Duraludon is Steel. Oh, that's right. So, Steel resists Dragon. That's a good point. So he's going to resist both Dragon and Water. So hitting him with like a Dragon type move is not even going to be that helpful. So like, maybe I do bring Peppers. Maybe I do bring Peppers. We'll try that. Duraludon is the anchor, so you can switch for it, so it's just risky. Okay. Lagna says he has white, so there was less work there. Oh, he was white, so there was less work there than in other place I mod. He's a black streamer on Twitch. Oof, that is rough stuff. I'm sure if I was better known, like if my channel was popular, I would start getting a lot of hate because there's no good way to filter that here on Twitch, it seems. So I definitely do not envy like large platform black creators. I'm sure they get tons of crap. I mean, I know they get tons of crap. All right, let's... Yeah. Yeah, if Duraludon doesn't come out till the end, Should be okay. Who will earn the right to challenge the unbeatable champion, Leon? Will it be the brilliant rising star challenger Petunia? Or will it be the only trainer that champion Leon calls his rival, the tamer of dragons, Rayhan? You're really something else, kid. You've made it all the way here. I guess that's why the champion himself endorses you, yeah? Leon's my rival, and he chose you, so I've got to first prove I'm better than you if I'm going to beat him. I've reworked my whole team, and now we're all geared up for one-on-one battles. Dang it! I'm so bad at this. I'm like, okay, I gotta think about how it's gonna be like a doubles battle. You might be thinking that you beat me once already, but if you think I'm the same Rayhan you faced during the gym challenge, you'll soon regret it. Did I switch out? Do I still have Ribitina? Because that makes it a lot easier to just switch Ribitina in when Duraludon comes out. Torkoal? Yeah, what the heck, right? Oh no. This is a dry skin Toxicroak. Do I fight or do I switch out? Let's switch out. Into a fire type? Unorthodox move, let's try it. That doesn't seem to be healthy for Toxicroak. No, it's not. Oh, Lagnus is switching devices. Alright, let's do a poison gas. Lava Plume. Yeah, Torkoal hits really hard. Like, it has a pretty good special attack, I think. So, even with the type resistance. Reversedon 1. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, welcome in. We're playing Pokemon. We're doing all poison types, and we're actually pretty close to finishing the game. So, hang out. It's good times. Alright, do I just try to fight through the sleep? Well, at least it is taking damage as well. One more try, and then if we don't wake up, then we'll swap out, because Peppers will be in trouble then. Let's see. Skippy says, that's not even a lizard, that's just a turtle. Yeah, what the heck? Zimzy says that doesn't seem to be healthy. Yeah, healthy for Toxicroak. Lagnus switch devices. Saint Jado says it's a brave move, Cotton. Let's see how it pans out. Yeah. I mean, he's kind of... He did throw me for a loop. Skippy says it's been a bit of an odyssey. Yeah, we've come a long way. Horseman Man says we might make it to the end, but I'm sure someone will bring up role-playing games at some point. Yeah, and then we'll get really... I feel like we've already had a couple of like big deviations. All right, I'm switching out. See, what would be masterful is if he foresees this switch out and he yawns again. Lava Plume! Should be not effective at all. Okay, we out moved the sun, so that's good. Let's Hydro Pump. Well... Actually, a Dragon Pulse should do it. There we go. Let's see. Skippy says, we spent half a stream breaking down the World of Light cinematic. That's true. We did do that. Zemsy says, cooling as you stream. Yeah. Get wrecked, turt. Gym leader Rayhan is about to send out Flygon. No, let's keep this. See if I can just get in one solid dragon type attack in and take it out. Okay, using Sandstorm, that's fine. Let the winds blow, stream forward, Sandstorm. Yeah, it's fun that they cut to NPCs when they do, like, signature moves. I wish they would cut to my character when we do signature moves, but he's the Pokemon protagonist, so he's just like... It's like my Pokemon does a super effective move, cut to... It's a little creepy. Let's see. Zemsy says, I caught the breakdown after the fact on the wonderful Lopez Family Variety channel. That's right. And you can always watch clips from this stream at Lopez Family Variety channel on YouTube. Here, hang on. Let me show ya. Let me give you a link. You okay, Pavs? Well, guys, it's that time of the stream where my very old dog has woken up and needs to go to the bathroom. So I will be right back. In the meantime, go to Lopez Family Variety channel and watch some clips. All right. Gotta get some water. Zemsi says it's super insightful. Well, thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. Scotty Mo says I guess you couldn't let Flygons be Flygons. Why? No, that was good. Skippy says I feel like this thing would have been a better anchor for his team. Duraludon seems not very iconic. Well, Duraludon is a local dragon type with a G-Max form, right? But I will agree that Duraludon really comes across as much more of a steel type than it does a dragon type, just visually. So yeah, I can see that if you're like, well, his team is barely composed of any dragons. It's like Duraludon's a dragon, but again, he reads much more like a steel type. Zemsi says it was Flygon, but now it's Bygone. You guys. Skippy says Petunia is just eyes wide, head empty. Yeah, only poison. No thoughts, only poison. Lagnus says it's been a long week at work, so I wasn't going to try to derail anything today. Well, that's fine. Sinjiro says Rigo must now do the dog voice when he returns. Oh, yeah. He didn't actually want to go out. He was just, like, adjusting himself. You know, he's got a bad back, so that's what, like, I heard him kind of cry. But he just stood up and then curled himself up in a different direction. So, yeah, and I'm just standing there with the leash, and I'm like, hey, you want to go outside? You're like, no, big chicken, I don't want to go outside. Why you wake me up? Shut up, yo, he's talking while I'm sleeping. Anyway, that's what he sounds like. Lagnus, not derailing, that's possible. I mean, none of you have any room to talk. I am easily derailed, and you guys are constantly tossing random stuff at me. Skippy says the Lagnus derails are where half the clips on the channel come from. That's true. Us getting derailed are where the majority of the channel clips come from. Lagnus says, I feel like I let everyone down. No, that's okay. We also have to get through this story. Skippy says there's plenty of stream for you to hit us with a curveball, friend. That's true. Rayan picked the skyscraper for his ace, and that's just hilarious. Yeah, I mean that's the dragon type for the region, right? Peppers wants to learn flamethrower. Yeah, probably. What does she have? Incinerate. Yes, definitely. Forget Incinerate, learn flamethrower. That's our girl. That's our Peppers. Send out Tortinator. At least Tortinator is a dragon type. Keep current Pokemon. Let's see if he goes for a Shell Trap, because I think that only hits like physical attacks, right? Oh, a Hydro Pump is actually like just normal. I should have hit him with Dragon Pulse. I feel like Rayhan can't make up his mind as to whether he wants a Sand or a Sun team. Here you go. Have a taste of Sunny Day. Have you got a plan to counter it? Yeah, I'm just gonna hit you with a Dragon Pulse. How about that? That's Rayhan's combo. Sunny Day plus full restore. Get out of here. Okay. Rayhan is about to send out Goodra. Goodra wants it to rain, right? Yeah, let's just keep current Pokemon. See if I can outspeed it for a Dragon Zap or whatever. Dragon Pulse. Pichu! Yeah, it's like, oh ho ho, here comes a rain dance. What is the point of this? Like, here comes the rain. Feel its cold dampness soak into your body. It's like, I feel like Raihan very much feels like a doubles trainer, like a doubles player who doesn't know what to do in like in a singles fight. Like, he's just used to playing doubles. He's like a VGC guy, and he just doesn't know what to do in singles. Horseman Mine says, I really love Goodra. Yeah, Goodra's cute. Legna says, I did share a picture of Captain Haddock with a big glass of whiskey saying, oh, what a week. And Tintin going, but Captain, it's only Wednesday with some friends. That's where I'm at. Yeah, no, that's cute. Skippy the Wonder Chicken says, nothing makes a skyscraper stronger than drizzle. Yeah, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish here. Yeah, it's like... Yeah, I don't know what he's going for here. I guess maybe this Goodra then uses a water type move and it gives you like the rain boosts it. Or maybe yeah, it's trying to set up like yes. And now, actually, Ribetina's dry skin goes from being a liability to being a bonus. Unless, you know, this Duraludon... Oh, I wonder if it's going to use like a fire-type attack to set up Sunny Day again. I didn't read what he said. Alright. I don't know about you guys, but somebody's asking for a Max Knuckle. Ribetina's Max Knuckle doesn't do very much damage, but it does boost her attack, so here we go. Giant frog monster. Ribetina doesn't have any good advice. She's just trying to figure out herself, okay? Bring the storm. My partner will send everyone in the stadium flying. Building. I like Duraludon. I know it's kind of stupid looking, but I really came around. At first I was like, oh, look at this stupid building mon, but I actually like the way it looks, and I like his G-Max form. It's fine. I like it. Yeah, dry skin. Oh, dry skin and black sludge. Yeah, nice. Let's see. Scotty Mo says he always wanted to be a weatherman. Yeah. Lagna says, to be fair, he got wet too, so he's got underwear clinging to his behind too. Was it worth it? I guess, yeah. Raihan's whole strategy here is that he's wearing a hoodie. Right, he's like, they're going to make that challenger wear, like, shorts and a jersey, but I'm going to be wearing a hoodie. Right? I was like, well, okay. I guess that was your strategy was to make me slightly uncomfortable in my clothes. Especially since, like, it's 3 different types of things, so it's like, you got him dusty, then you got them wet, then it was sunny again, so you actually kind of weirdly cleaned the clothes. And now it's raining again, so I guess now everybody's wet. Let's see. I used to get Max Knuckle, then I bought shorts that fit. Scotty. Scotty! Kids watch this stream. That's pretty good, though. Skippy the One Chicken says, Ribitina's just a queen. Let her live. Yeah, Ribitina's not trying. She's not trying to get in anybody's face, except, you know, during Pokemon battles. She's just trying to figure herself out. She's got a ways to go. Not everybody can have it as together as Dr. Violet. Scotty Mo says he looks like the Bat Transformer toy from Big. I kind of barely remember that, but yeah, I mean that's fair. It's kind of a dumb design. I like it, but I'm not gonna defend it. If you're like, that's stupid. That's a stupid idea for a Pokemon, is for him to be a skyscraper. Like very clearly the team was just like, we need tall things to make into G-Max Pokemon. What's tall? A cake. A cake could be tall. Okay, we'll have a cake Pokemon. Skyscraper. Okay, we'll have a skyscraper Pokemon. Basketball players. It's like, maybe next time, you know. We're doing a soccer thing, so we can't have basketball players. That'll confuse the streams. Skippy says, sand is stuck in so many crevices. Yeah, Big is a very weird film in hindsight. A lot of those old movies are very weird in hindsight. Very uncomfortable a lot of the time. Cannot go back and watch, like, Porky's or Police Academy or anything that came out in the 80s. It, like, you really have to go, like, take 80s or 90s, you really have to take a deep breath and be like, okay, what am I gonna see here? Like, there's something that I've clearly forgotten that's just a nugget in this movie that's gonna make me feel very uncomfortable. It's okay, Scotty, it's alright. It's alright, it's fine. Let's see. Skippy says, you know what it is? Duraludon is a Unova Pokemon. There isn't a single skyscraper in this country. Nothing's bigger than like 4 stories that isn't a castle. That's a good point. That's actually a really good point. That's probably where some of that tension comes from. Zim says, yeah, that happened with Airplane. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just, yeah. You just gotta go in knowing that you're gonna see stuff that doesn't fly anymore. No pun intended on Airplane. Let's Max Knuckle it again. Got him. Yeah, you guys remember at the beginning of the game when we were like, when I was like, oh, yeah, starting at level 1, these guys are actually, like, really weak. But I was like, I wonder if, like, the fact that they have, like, maxed out stats, or, like, maxed out IVs is actually going to make a difference. And I think it does. I think at this point, these guys are actually incredibly strong because of their IVs. Yeah, we did it! Woo! Losing in the finals is pretty rough, but I suppose I'd better take a quick shot to remember it by. Yeah, that's okay, Rayhan. I really do wish that Rayhan's like closing thing was like, oh, I got wet and dirty and now my clothes are muddy and it was for nothing. Challenger Petunia seizes victory! My lovely Pokemon and I have become much stronger than we were before. But you just blew right past us, beyond anything I'd imagined. I'm still pretty young myself, but it just goes to show that there's always someone younger coming. That's true. There's always someone younger coming up, reaching further than you ever dreamed. Still true. And you've got your whole future ahead of you. Keep up the momentum. Prove that Leon's not unbeatable. Number 6, Challenger Petunia has achieved a dazzling triumph. The trainer who was endorsed by the champion will now face the very man who endorsed her. This is the result of the final round. Petunia staring at the Pokemon League logo. Just like... Oh! That's what she was doing. She knows Eternatus is coming. So her connection with Eternatus is like... she's like starting to pick up static from the fact that he's almost set free. Is Duraludon like a chicken/egg situation? Did he inspire the construction of skyscrapers? That's a good question. And we're just gonna get derailed by it again. Is Duraludon a building because Pokemon take the shape of items, or is Duraludon a... Or are buildings a thing because of Duraludon, because he inspired people to build skyscrapers? I think the evidence really very much points to Pokemon take the shapes of real-world things, or of, you know, utensils and things like that. And the biggest... I think the biggest source of evidence that we have for that is in Pokemon Legends Arceus. You have the Hisuian Voltorb and Electrode, right? Who look like... Or Electrode, who looks like a Pokeball from that game, right? There's like Pokeballs in that game are like these big wooden things with like a heavy latch and like a little like firework inside. So it's like... I mean, I guess it's possible that it could have inspired Pokeballs, and then later on it evolved and changed into like a smoother thing, and they were like, let's start having smooth Pokeballs. But it really feels like Pokeballs were invented, and then Voltorb sort of came into being, or Electrode. I always get them confused. Whichever one's the little baby one. But it feels like it came into being because of that creation rather than the other way around. So almost certainly Duraludon exists because of buildings rather than the other way around. Now let's see what people are saying. Skippy says they're just epic level adventurers earlier. Yeah, they were. Horsepoint Mind says their IVs are so high you could say they Ivysaur. You guys are super punny today. I'm gonna have to like break out the fire extinguisher and give you guys a couple hits. Imagine being toppled at the ripe old age of like 20. I mean, there's always the story of the very first Pokemon rival, right? It's like Blue gets shut down at like a day at like he becomes the Pokemon champion. Immediately your character shows up and just knocks him out of the throne. So it's like that guy got to be Pokemon champion for like one day. Askew says, what is this, esports? Yeah, you gotta be young. You know, Pokemon's a game for kids, so like 20-year-olds. A 20-year-old seems like old and venerable to like a 5-year-old, right? Likeness says, are skyscrapers just dead Duraludons hollowed out? No, I don't think so. That would be horrifying. Skippy says, Voltorb, little guy. Okay, the little guy's Voltorb. Horsepoint Mind says, the old fire extinguisher routine. That's right. I'm not afraid to bring that back. Hop says, I came just to cheer you on, you know? Oh, he brought his little Cinderace. Still, it's not easy picking sides. After all, it's the showdown between my big brother and my rival. Who should I really want to win more? Right, you reckon I should cheer for Petunia too, don't you? Couldn't agree more. After all, we did start this thing out together way back in Postwick. Also, Lee has been champion for like at least a couple years. Hop says, so you better beat Lee, you hear? If anyone can beat the unbeatable champion, it'll be you, mate. Take it easy, Cinderace. Calm down. Sinjado says, do countries use Gigantamax Pokemon as weapons? Is that not a thing in Pokeland? So, okay, so Sinjw, Dynamaxing is a phenomenon that is only found in Galar, and it's very unstable. The only stable places where you can Dynamax a Pokemon regularly are the stadiums. So, yeah, they could have turned those into training facilities instead, but you can't send a Pokemon into Unova to try to like take over like a Pokemon army and Dynamax them there. Like you have to be in Galar, and you have to have a special band to do that. So if somebody invades Galar, they can't really use Dynamax against Galar either. So because it's such a localized phenomenon, it means that it's not particularly good for warfare. Lagnus says, I need sleep. I also came just to cheer you on, and I think I did my part in that win. You did, Lagnus, and I appreciate it. Horseman Man says, I literally remember where I was when I first heard the fire extinguisher intro back in the day. I laughed so hard I had to sit down in the middle of mowing the grass. Yeah, I just thought that like shooing animals with a fire extinguisher was like a normal thing that people did, but like apparently not. Apparently apparently getting a coyote off of a freeway using a fire extinguisher is some weird thing that happened once and no one else has ever heard of it, and it makes me sound like an idiot. All right? But I don't care. I will single-handedly tell you guys, like convince the world that the way that you get a coyote off of a freeway is to chase it with a fire extinguisher. Good night, Chad and Rodrigo. See you later. Skippy says, unlike every other playthrough of this game, Hop saying a long time ago has meaning in this playthrough. Yeah, because it takes us forever. Skippy says, there is no war in Goldenrod City. That's true. There kind of is no war in Pokemon World, like as far as we can tell. Horsepoint Man says, peace out, Lagnus. All right. Let's see. What time is it? What time do I have to be out of here? Let me check my schedule real quick. Okay. Let's push ahead. Because I think that we're gonna get interrupted here by the story, so I think. Still, just to be sure, we'll make sure that we can deal... Sargassum should be able to deal with both Charizard and that Toad. You know what I'm talking about? That, like, ground water Toad, whose name escapes me. Yeah, let's get little veggies in there, too. Let's see what we have to give her. Or give him. Ooh, I have an Eviolite. I forgot about that. Looks like nothing better than a bright powder, so we'll just do that. Alright. No, it's the evolution of Timpole. Oh, Palpitoad. Palpitoad is what I'm thinking of. Alright. Here we go. Leon says, the tense, still air of the pitch. And the exact opposite from the audience, cheering and yelling. They're both fantastic, wouldn't you say? But remember, the audience is also a bit cruel. They want nothing more than to see one of us lose, after all. I can fill you with fear. It can fill you with fear knowing that, but I absolutely love pushing past that fear. I love giving it everything I've got as a trainer and seeing my team give it everything they've got to seize another victory. It's the greatest feeling in the world, and I can't get enough of it. I can feel my partners itching with anticipation inside their Pokeballs. It feels weird. We're going to have a real champion time. I'm the Galar Region's champion, Leon. Me and Charizard and all the rest of our team will use all our knowledge and experience to crush you completely. Okay. I do wish that you maybe got some dialogue options like, okay, thanks, or like, why? Audience says, wait, hold on. Hey, look at that monitor. What is that on the big screen? Why? Hello there, Leon and Petunia. Just letting you know. I think it's time I brought about the darkest day, for the sake of Galar's future, of course. But I'm in it a bit of a pickle. The energy released by the darkest day is too much for us to contain. I'm sorry it's come to this, but it's you who forced my hand, Leon. You refuse to listen. Well, let's get out of here. Lee, Petunia. That video stream, that was from Hammerlock Stadium, right? What in the world did the chairman do? I don't know. But everything he was saying yesterday, did he really pull this crazy stunt to solve some problem 1,000 years in the future? I've got to go see what's going on. I'm the champion. I have to go. Like, you're an athlete. You don't actually have to worry about any of this stuff. Then again, there's not a lot of, like, law enforcement, and you'd assume that they'd mostly be in Rose's pocket, so I guess Leon does maybe have to take care of this. Let's see. Skippy the Wonder Chicken redeems story about Kansas or some other anecdote. Okay. We'll try to get through this these cutscenes, and then we'll do a story about Kansas or some other anecdote. This is the real champion time. But Lee, you're terrible at directions. What if you get lost along the way? Well, go help him. I want to help my brother, Petunia. I've got to go. But I can't even manage to beat you, so what sort of help could I ever be? You can help. Easy for you to say. Hold the phone. The chairman was talking about the darkest day. That's that thing where the sky went all dark. Once ages ago, right? What does he mean? He's bringing that about? And where did we even hear that name? That statue of the hero, let's say. That statue of the hero in Motostoke. Sonia said something back then, didn't she? Though it turned out to be wrong, since there were actually two heroes and all that. Still, those two managed to bring an end to the darkest day with the Sword and Shield Pokemon. Sonia thought the Pokemon might still be sleeping somewhere, though, right? We should try to find them, Petunia. But where to start looking? Back in the slumbering Wild? Whaled? I don't know. That's it, Petunia. I'm sure it's got to be the slumbering Wild. That illusion you tried to fight off that day, it must have been one of the Pokemon that are supposed to be sleeping there. Let's go back to the slumbering Wild. If you're lucky, we'll find something that can help. If you're lucky, we'll say wailed some more. Well, that's wrong. Huh? Petunia and Hop? Ah, I completely forgot about the championship match. What are you two doing here? Haven't you been watching the news at all? The tournament is off, Sonia. The chairman saw that... I like how her name is Mum. The chairman saw that and sending the entire region into a state of havoc. Huh? What? What happened while I was researching things in the slumbering world? Well, for starters, there's a great black storm or something raging over Hammerlock Stadium. What are they calling it? The Darkest Day? Copyright DC Comics. It's thrown everything into disarray. Still, I'm sure we don't need to worry too much. The unbiddable champion will be able to take care of everything, won't he? You guys plays way too much on Leon. Leon is 20 years old. Like, calm down. Hold on a tick, ma'am. Did you say the darkest day? Yes, you did. Zemzi says, how corrupt do you think the police force is? Well, I don't know. Like, there's barely any crime in Pokemon, and all the crime is like very mustache twirly stuff done by organized crime. So I'm guessing pretty bad, since most of the time it takes an 11-year-old to like actually crack them up. So I'm guessing the police force doesn't do much and is mostly corrupt in the sense that they like you become a cop specifically not to do stuff, because what is there to do? Except, you know, hassle people every once in a while and like have random Pokemon battles. It's like, oh hi, I'm a cop. Let's have a Pokemon battle. It's like, don't you just have to like someplace to patrol? Skippy says children regularly have to stop various teams from destroying the world. Cops don't do anything in this game, so very accurate to Japan. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how Japan is. Skippy says I pronounced it wild. Like I actually watched a Pokemon Journeys episode that is basically just the story from Sword and Shield. It's like a 4-episode arc where they just do like the highlights of the story from Sword and Shield. And they pronounce it there, and they pronounce it weird, but I don't remember what the pronunciation is there. But yeah, it probably is just Wald. Zemsi says brightest night. Yep. Mum as opposed to mom. Yeah, that's right. Rainbow Lantern will save the world from the Pokemon. Yeah. Green Lantern, unfortunately, is weak to both the color yellow and fire types. Zemzi says in the anime, it's literally ran by one family. Oh no. That's true. That's true. So can't look to them for anything better. Sonia says, hold on a sec, ma'am. Did you say the darkest day? The Darkest Day is the name for the black storm that nearly brought the Galar region to ruin in ancient times. So what are you here for, Petunia? I'm here to stop the Darkest Day. To stop the Darkest Day? You mean you're going to search for the Sword and Shield Pokemon? Okay, here, take this. You should head to the Slumbering World. I'll catch up with you once I'm done looking into something that's been bothering me. Ooh. Let's go. Oh, is this all gonna be like cutscenes? Cutscenes all the way through? All that matters is that you do what you can. You become a fine Pokemon trainer. Aww. After all. Cute. Ready for this, Petunia? I wonder if we're about to head straight into a wall of fog again. Not that it'd bother us now. We've both grown loads stronger, and so have our Pokemon. Going into the forest after Wooloo that day. That was the start of everything, wasn't it? A legendary beginning, really. I reckon whatever we're about to see will be pretty legendary itself. That beginning, the beginning of this game is actually pretty good. Like, this game is kind of bookended by some decent stuff. But all the stuff in the middle is just like, going to gym battles. Ignoring the plot. Yeah. Let's head in and add another page to our tale. Okay. Alright. Let's save. And... oh, by the way, guys. The Pokemon Home update is now live. So you can move stuff from Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and more importantly, from Legends Arceus into Home if you need to. So I'm about to move all my shinies in there, at the very least. Okay, let's talk about Kansas. Or something else. Let's see what comes to mind. Let's see. I don't think... let me put on some music. I don't think I have told this story in. I haven't told it here. You might have heard it before if you have ever. Um, if you listen to our podcast on major spoilers. I know I've told it before. Um, Kansas, yeah. Did you hear about the murders in Kansas? Yep, that's right. Um, so here's the story of the closest I ever got to a tornado. I haven't done that yet, right? Um, so the closest I ever got to a tornado. I was out with my coworker, my partner, that my co-producer for the show that I was doing at the time, and we had gone out to this lake to do a fishing competition. Basically, it was this thing where like you caught fish, they like measured it, you got like good job, you did it, and then they just like let the fish back. Like they'd put it in this water chute. By the way, fish water chutes are a lot of fun. Yeah, so as we were heading back, the weather's starting to get real weird. And in Kansas, you can tell that like you can tell a tornado's coming because the sky turns like weird colors, like it'll turn yellow or green. And so it was like that, right? And we're heading back. We're driving. My partner's like freaking. I'm driving. My co-producer is like sitting there, like turns on the radio, and they're talking about it. And it starts like we drive into this like black cloud, and it starts hailing, just hail, 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 like super hard. So we pull over, and he's just like looking around, and he like undoes he like pulls up the like the lock on the car, and he like gets his hand on the latch like he's gonna jump out any second. And I guess importantly for background, I had not been living in Kansas very long, right? I had only been there probably about a year tops, probably less. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, if you see a tornado, you're supposed to run into the ditch, right? So in the U.S., out in the country, they have these roads, like these long, endless roads, and there's just like a little ditch at the end of them, for water, like for drainage or whatever. So they're like, if you see a tornado, you're supposed to like jump into the ditch and flatten yourself against it, and then the tornado won't like pick you up, I guess. I don't know how it works. So I'm like, well, were you? So he's doing that. I'm like, were you gonna tell me that, or were you just gonna let the tornado pick me up and kill me with a car? And he's like, oh yeah, okay. So if the tornado comes, we'll do that. And I'm like, okay. But we can't see it, and we're listening to the radio, and the radio is like, the tornado has wrapped itself in a hailstorm, which I guess is just something tornadoes can do. Like tornadoes are just like, brah. And if there's just like any weather pattern like going through, they just like, it's like Kirby. They just like eat it and gain its power. So it's like we're in the hailstorm that the tornado's in. And so they're like tracking it, and they're like, we think we know where it is. It's somewhere around here. And it's like, okay, we're still tracking it, and it's heading north. We think it's going to cross I-5, because we were on I-5 at this point, at around mile marker 23. And I kid you not, we had the lights on in the car because it had been hailing, and we could see mile marker 23 from the car. Like, it was like maybe 20 feet away, tops, right? Maybe closer. So we're looking, we did that thing where we're like, we looked at the thing, we look at each other, and we're like, what do we do? And he's just like, just start driving. So I kick it into gear, and we just drive. And as we're driving, they're like, okay, the tornado has crossed through the freeway, so it's north of the freeway now. And we're like, that we're like, and I'm like, that tornado had to have passed like within a mile of us, probably less, right? Because they're pretty good at tracking them. So I was like, that tornado probably just ran past behind us, and that was the closest I've ever been to a tornado. I know that tornado was just like, less than 100 feet away from me at one point. Um, I have other tornado stories, but that one's probably the most exciting one, because like it was like something out of a movie where they're like, it's gonna cross, the guy on the radio is like, it's gonna cross at mile marker 23, and you're like leaning up against mile marker 23, and you look down and you're like, uh-oh. Like that's what it felt like. So yeah, that's my story of the closest I've ever gotten to a tornado. Skippy says he was going for the ditch. Yeah, he was going for the ditch. I know that now, but I didn't know that at the time. Skippy says getting wet in a drainage culvert beats being flung 2 miles. Yeah, in a car, right? Horse One Mind says the tornado has formed an alliance with the hailstorm. Yeah, pretty much. My new friend is like no longer friends with sunny weather. Now best friend is hailstorm. Skippy says the vacuum from the tornado gets less a grip on you if you're below a flat ground level in Kansas. Okay, that's good to know. Beats a frog storm. That'll ruin your day and your car and probably the world. I think when it starts raining frogs, you know that some god level stuff is happening. Yeah, so that's the story, and I think we are just gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. Maybe a little bit shorter stream tonight. How long did we go? Is that a thing? Nope. I guess that's not a command that I have activated, so I should figure that out. Yeah, well, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. We had some fun, went on a lot of tangents, and still managed to advance the story. So I would say that's a successful stream, right? If we actually managed to like get literally anything accomplished, and we got a couple things accomplished. So good job, everyone. Yeah, let's meet up here again in a week at 2-ish, 2:30-ish. Probably about an hour 15 for the stream this week. Yeah, so not one of the longer ones, but they can't all be 2.5 hour streams. So yeah, everybody take it easy. Everybody have a good time. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys coming here and checking it out. And yeah, I will. Where's my thing? I will catch you guys soon.